Hey and welcome back to my Zero to Hero run. We are in episode 10, the grand final. So today we are hopefully, and I think I will force it anyway, finish this series in the sense that we will achieve all of our goals. We will hopefully pep up this farmyard a bit and make it a bit more beautiful. And then yeah, we are going to wrap up this challenge. All right. So first thing first, we need to move into the next month, I think. Wait, let me check. Actually, there seems to be something wrong because we are at 10:38. Didn't I skip time before I ended the last video? Maybe I forgot to like save game. Is that possible? Let me quickly check what the contracts say and what's up with all of the things in the farm. Um, Pretty sure this is an old save game, no? It kind of feels like it, but then again, all of the things that we did last episode is still there. So yeah, I'm a bit confused because the time is not correct. I will just speed up time again, and we will see if there's like one more contract coming up in this month. Maybe I'm tripping and we didn't do the speed up in the last episode, but I'm pretty sure that I moderated an outro and we sped up time, and I said if there was a contract coming up, I would do it off camera. So yeah, a bit confused right now. What's happening here? Maybe actually I forgot to save game, but there should be like an autosave enabled. So yeah, not sure what's happening here. Anyway, we will just speed up time. We will see if there's like more contracts coming. If there's a contract, then I will do it, and you will not see it because I will cut it, and then we will jump to the next month as promised. But yeah, this is obviously not the way that I want to end the June. That we are not at least checking for another potential banger contract, since we really need the money. This is some of our highest priorities right now because we are actually a bit low on cash. Assuming we pay back another 10k in the next month, then we will be extremely low on cash. So kind of want to make sure that I get this solved. So let's take a look at the contracts. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay, good. So oh wait. Good that I checked. So we haven't completed all of the contracts. This is why we are so low on cash. And let me actually press new a bit and see if there's like coming something up. But I don't think so. No. All right. That means we are going into July finally. We have a bit more cash in our bank right now, so I'm feeling confident that this is enough. Let's go to 8:30 again. Again, I want to make sure that it is like really bright daylight already when we start, so that you are not missing anything because of the lighting conditions. All right, so we are in July, and the oat should be ready now. Let's take a quick look, and it is ready to harvest. So first things first, we will find our harvester, and we will drive it over to the field we actually want to harvest. This is so exciting. It has been standing around for how long actually? For basically an entire year, right? And now we are finally able to bring it back out and harvest this field. So this is going to be good. We will do that first. Then I want to think about what I want to do with the silage bale still, since I have it laying around forever. Oh, first let's check contracts. Is there anything good? A mowing contract. Could do that. Yeah. I think we will take that. We will accept this, and I think we will actually... Oh, the cultivating is on the other side of the map, so we are not taking this one, sadly. But we can definitely take the mowing contract, and for that I want to switch to this tractor. First need to turn on all of the engines, and then we will drop the fertilizer spreader over here. And we will pick up our mower and we will get to work. Where is our mower actually? Oh, it's there. almost couldn't see it because it's so fucking dirty. Actually, this is one of the first purchases I want to make. We want to go into the building menu and then go to tools, and we will get a pressure washer to keep our vehicles a bit cleaner. Let's actually place one. Yeah, I think we will place it into the middle over here, like this, because it's actually quite annoying to move it around. But yeah, I really want to get this one before we end this challenge, so that you can see that our equipment can actually be quite a bit cleaner, and it has not to be this dirty. I think it was at 100% dirt, which is actually crazy. I think if your equipment is dirty, it will get damaged faster, and then with more hours, it will actually be more expensive to repair it. So we kind of want to make sure that our equipment is a bit cleaner. I mean, it will get dirty in a few seconds anyway, because we will mow another field with it. But in general, I want to make sure that we have like clean gear. All right, let's get it. Looks so much better already, right? Clean gear is good. So, we need to drive to 35, which is not too far away. Alright, let's actually start the AI worker. And then we look at this thing, and it's about a third full. So we need to make sure that we have our vehicle to collect it next to it. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong side of this trailer. Let me get it. Actually, thinking about it, we kinda don't want to park it too close to the field. Maybe I will park it over here, like this, because I want to make sure that we leave enough space for the combine harvester to actually turn if it needs to do that, especially on the up and downs. So I think we will leave it there. And don't we have any like indication on how much? Wait, we don't have any indication on how much the combine harvester is currently carrying. I think we will get a notification in the top right, and it will say something like it's almost full or something like that. So then we will know that we need to worry about it. Actually, I will carry over the wool now, since we want to start our production and let our production make more money to us. Oh, true, almost forgot it. We need to pay back the borrowed money. For now, we will only pay back 10k, and I will try to make enough money in this episode to actually pay back the entire loan. And yeah, then this farm is actually officially ours, because currently we are giving collateral by having our collateral on the land. Offspring in 2 months, and over here we have offspring in 4 months. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Pretty good. How are we growing up? Are we like having? Yeah, we have a lot more grown-up sheep now, right? So let me quickly check how old they are. 16 months, 8 months. So basically, this one was a 0 age when we first bought it, and this one was like I was about to say max level, but yeah, 8 months old. So yeah, they are finally growing up to the point where. Oh wait, is this the offspring? 3 months? Is the offspring already 3 months? 3 months old? Seems like it, right? It's actually crazy. But yeah, I think next month we will sell off a few of the older sheep to make sure that we have enough space to accommodate for more offspring. Actually, can we check? Mm, can't really check which of the sheep is getting children. So yeah. Anyway, this works out great, and our production is finally in play. So we will produce fabric, and then we will produce like clothes that we can actually sell to people. So that's pretty nice. And then the next thing I want to do is actually check on all of our fields. Quickly jump to this one since it's actually close by, and then we will teleport to the other two. So this is ready to harvest. It needs to be fertilized, but it doesn't say the growth state. So maybe I'm already messing it up, since it will only give us a 75% yield bonus because we forgot to like fertilize it. Let's quickly check the other field. Visit. So this is ready to harvest and it's at 100%. And this one is at 3 out of 4 and is not fertilized. So we definitely need to go fertilize. And I think we already messed up with the lower part. But that's not a huge problem, because I think what we will do is either when this contract is finished or maybe in the next month, depending on how long it takes, we will actually mow this one last time, and carry as much as I care to take from the grass we have over here, and fill up our barn, obviously. Or actually, we need to like check on food. Food is good. How is water? Bit worried about water, but water is fine. We should definitely fill it up this month. So yeah, first thing we need to do is actually start fertilizing, and then we will think about water. Actually, I will check quickly if the water tank is still filled up. Then we can just like add a bit of water to this pasture, and then it will be all good. Yeah, it's filled up, so we can actually go over there, drop in a bit of water, and then we can pick up the fertilizer spreader. Oh, I messed this up. This is actually still quite uncomfortable for me to drive these like trailers. Yeah, I'm not sure if the water is now going into the silo or actually into the pasture. I will make sure that it's actually exactly onto the water symbol, just to make sure I'm messing it up again. Damn it, I fucking can't drive trailers. It's so annoying. Okay. It should not take all of the water. Yeah, okay. It took a decent chunk, but not... Oh, I drove too close to that. Wait, I can stop it manually. We filled up the water, and now we should actually use some time in this month, whenever, or next month, whenever we have a bit of downtime, to actually fill up the water tank again. But for now, I want to like start fertilizing. So we will go to the upper field and actually fertilize it. And then we will, yeah, I think we will do a grass harvest. This will be the last one, I think, because we have July, then we have August. It grows in August, it grows in September. We actually make sure that we sow something else in September, so there won't be any more grass. Oh, this is perfect. The AI worker is coming close to us on this part of the field, so we can actually like line up and travel with him. Hopefully collect all of the 8K. Let me quickly check. Yeah, there should be enough space. Collect all of the 8K, and then we will let him work. Let him get back to work. See, is this enough clearance? I hope it is. Should be working fine. Right. Yeah, I'm really not good at driving like this, but we make it work. We make it work. It's fine. Basically, get most of the product. I think we will do two loads. So it will end up around like 40%, right? So we will go up to 80% when we actually empty it the second time, and then we will drive this away and basically sell it instantly. I'm not sure if it's the correct month for like oats, but can quickly figure that out. Prices oat. Yeah, it's the worst month. This is kind of obvious because well, uh, supply and demand, and obviously there's a lot of supply right now. But yeah, I think we will still do that. Just completed that task. Who did it? This guy. All right. Let's actually. Damn it, the mower is still blocked. We kind of need to work in parallel here. Let's actually bring this one to the farmyard, fertilizer spreader, and then I will look what else we can do. But probably not so much. Oh, we still can get water. That's true. Let's do that then. Alright, so I collected the water, and we are back in base. And now I'm thinking, actually, I should refill the food for my sheep, especially on this one. And then I will actually dump the rest of the grass into our silage silo. Wait, why is it not working? I need to like be more precise with the positioning. Yep. And we dump all of the grass that we can over here. Then we dump the rest into our silage silo, which will make us a little bit more money. And then we will actually collect the straw, which is like kind of smart. And I will quickly check productions. Fermenting silo, grass silage is producing and selling. And there's actually hay silage. No, straw silage, this one. So this will actually be interesting because we will use that, materials missing, to make extra money from our field. So it's actually quite smart. So let's quickly go there and pick up the stuff. I think we will just lower this and start the forage wagon, and then we will collect our straw. Did we actually get straw? Yeah, we get straw. Okay, that's good. So I think I will do a quick time lapse where I'm collecting this and then obviously getting the oats out of our combine, bringing them away. I might bring you back for the clip where I actually sell the oats that we can see together, how much we get. But yeah, you don't need to need me watch like collecting straw for 15 minutes. So enjoy the time lapse. We are really full with this tractor. And yeah, as you saw on the time lapse, I collected a lot of straw. And we are now driving our first load of oats back to the logistics center west, I think is what it's called. And yeah, hopefully make a lot of money. I will actually speed up time now because I want to make sure that I don't miss any contracts on this day. So we will speed up time until we have, I think around 3 p.m. should be fine, so that we can see how many contracts we may be getting this day, and then hopefully this should be fine with with actually paying back our loan and getting what we need to get to finish this challenge. So let's see what our first load of oats actually gives us. So we need to make sure that we drive on this spot, and then we will wait a second to let the time skip finish, to make sure that I reach about like 3 p.m. should be fine. This is where we should see hopefully see the last of the contracts on this day. So let's slow down time again, and we will dump our oats. Let's see the money go up. 35.6, and it's at 56. So basically 20k, a bit more. Yeah, it says in the corner anyway. 20.6 thousand. This is less than I thought, to be honest, but obviously still more than enough to cover us with our loan, to cover any expenses we might need to do, especially considering that we are going to seed 2 new fields in September, and yeah, we still need to make sure that we have enough food for our sheep, that we actually selling off sheep, so we are making money with that as well. And then obviously the maintenance cost for our workers is important as well. So I want to like park at the side of the road, or side of the field rather, again, and then make sure that I keep collecting the straw. Oh wait, we are done with the mowing contract over here, so we can actually drive this back home. And yeah, I'm still a bit torn if I want to like use it to actually mow the field, but then again, there's like no harm in doing it. We can just like mow it, and if we don't feel like collecting all of the grass, then that's fine as well. So yeah, we'll just like drive it home. I will start on field 24, I think. We will mow it, and if we feel like collecting, or maybe even if you just collect a little bit of it, that's fine. But for now, I'm thinking about finishing the straw first, and I don't want to spend too much extra time in this month, so that we can cover August and September in this episode as well. And this should be then the end of the challenge. Alright, so let's take a look. It should be ready to harvest, right? We checked that before. Wait. He is going, yes. Let's quickly make sure that he's actually mowing it correctly this time. Okay. Yeah, looks good, right? I mean, he's a bit too much on the side, and weirdly enough, he's not mowing the grass that's outside of the field, even though actually get this bale out of the way. Even though the mower was clearly on this path. This is kind of weird. Maybe it's some kind of mechanic with the AI so that it cannot fuck up any placed grass by the player. So to not mow away your beautiful farmland builds. So that's probably what's happening here. Alright, let's quickly collect more straw, and I will see you back in a bit once something interesting happens again. This is the first time where you can really see the multi-tractor setup. So basically you have one guy doing a contract, or like not contract anymore, but mowing my field. And I have one guy actually like harvesting this field. I drive both of these tractors. I collect the oats from the combine harvester with my other tractor, and I collect the straw with this tractor. So definitely, after this basically very short challenge, we can say a free tractor setup is 100% worth it. It might actually be interesting to have 4 if you can automate another process. So if you're using like Courseplay, which is like a mod that allows you to set up routes for your AI, which would technically allow for the combine harvester and the tractor that collects the oats from the combine harvester to be automated, and the combine harvester would actually drive back to the tractor with the oats would actually drive to a silo or to a selling point on its own. Then it would actually be interesting to have even an additional tractor that could collect something else, or if you have like multiple harvests going on, it might be useful to have a different tractor with a different trailer sitting at another field that is currently being harvested. If you have like multiple combine harvesters, or even if you're harvesting something else. So yeah, that's always the things that I enjoyed about Farming Simulator, even though I only made like one save game in all that time, where I actually like used crossplay, because kind of didn't like fiddling around with it too much. But I kind of like the idea of like automating a lot of this process, and running a huge farming empire where you basically only need to do things like baling, for example, which is like difficult to do with crossplay, if it's even possible. I'm not sure. So you would do that yourself. And about this straw, by the way, yeah, usually you cannot make silage from straw. This is like a feature that is included in the silage silo, which we used with a mod. Usually you would bale this and then use it for TMR, which is total mixed rations for your cows, or you would like use it as straw that you just use in your barns, or in general for your animals. So yeah, this is usually not the way you handle straw. You usually bale it up, and then you would use the bales for your cows, or again in general for your animals. Um, yeah, I want to make sure that I'm out of the way with this one. Actually get over here. This should be fine. And we will collect more straw. All right. Again, I bring you guys back when I have something interesting to show or say. Okay, so the AI worker completed the task, and the field is actually harvested. I will quickly collect the last 2 rows of straw. Yeah, you can see I forgot a few spots. This is actually because I almost fell asleep doing this. It's not the most exciting task in the world. Yeah, but it's fine. We got most of it, and we actually will make quite a bit of money, I think, with the silage that we get from this. This is actually almost 100 or over 100,000 liters of straw that we will be making into silage and selling. So this should be a good chunk of money. And I actually accepted a contract in the meantime, but we will not do that. We will actually cancel it um, and lose all payment. Yeah, we will lose the payment and cancel this mission. I kind of don't want to do more contracts now, since I want to advance into the next month fast. Yeah, currently our AI worker is still mowing our other field. I've not decided yet if I want to collect any of the straw there. If we had a little bit more money, I actually would consider buying the biggest windrower, which is like grasswork. This one, this one. So it has a 14-meter range, so it covers like, I think, almost 4 lanes of these grass piles, and windrows them into one larger lane that I can then pick up. But as you saw, it is 92K, and we just don't have this kind of money right now. Maybe we can look into this next month after we paid back our loans and we received the money from the straw silage and everything. And then if we can get the windrower and it works within the AI, which is like a big if, but I think it does, then I might actually windrow it and then collect it next month. This is the plan for now, because in the current state, I don't want to do it. This is too tedious. Okay, let's quickly swap over to this guy and actually collect the last of our oats. So the common houses should be basically almost full. Let's drive to it. and make sure we position ourselves correctly to the side of it, like this. And then I can get in, start the engine, and bring out the pipe to, yeah, basically send over 8k of oat. And once we are finished with that, we will actually park the combine harvester close to the canola field, because this is the next thing we're going to harvest next month. And then we will drive away the oats to the selling point and get another, like, a bit over 20k, I think. This should be fine. And then we will probably pay back our loan the next month, so in August. Let's get this back. I think we can just drive over to the canola field. I think we will take a shortcut over here and make the combine harvester basically ready for next month, when we can finally reap the rewards for our planting that we did actually last year. I think it was in August, if I remember correctly, where we harvested this field, and then we actually planted canola to be ready for this year. And back then, I wasn't sure on how long it would take us to get into like year 2 or year 3. So I was under the assumption that we might actually spend quite a bit of time in this challenge, like multiple years. And so I wanted to plant something that I can plant and harvest in the same month, which is canola. It's ready to harvest in August, and you can plant it in August as well. So this was the basic idea. Yeah, we actually will leave this trailer here, drive this tractor back to the farmyard, and then get the bigger tractor with the bigger motor and more horsepower to actually pull this trailer, because it's quite heavy. And yeah, again, this field, it's a bit sad to leave so much money on the field, since it could be actually quite useful to us. But I just can't bring myself to do it. Right, so let's get the trailer, get our rewards. So we sell our oat, and then we will advance into the next month, and we will see how things are looking. Back at the sell point, and it's another 20k that we can get from our oats. Pretty good. So yeah, this was overall like a 40k field considering the oats, but we still have the straw silage, which will give us a decent chunk of money, I think, over the next day or so, until it's like processed. So let's hope we get another. Yeah, I'm not sure actually how much silage makes. I would think it's about like 3k an hour. So maybe an entire day worth of silage is like, let me guess, should be around maybe around 75, 80k. I think we can get. Oh, I ramped into that. So yeah, I think we are done with this month. I won't even let the tractor finish. We will just skip time and go into the next month, I think. Oh wait, let me quickly check on animals. One last peek at them to make sure that everything is okay. So we have enough food, we have enough water. They have meadow as well. We have enough food over here. We don't need water. Offspring is in 2 months, so we can look at it next month and decide if we want to sell off sheep. And then this one has like 103,000 liters of straw. I don't think there's any straw left over here, right? No, it's empty, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's advance and let's actually see what our canola field is doing. This is exciting. We planted this last year and we can finally reap the rewards. So let's take a look real quick. I just want to make sure and check that this field is okay, but it's just harvested, right? Yeah. And we can now look at the crop calendar and see what we can plant. So barley is going onto another field. The same is with wheat. We will plant wheat and barley in September, and then there's nothing really we can plant that is interesting to us right now, except for canola, which we have on the other field. So this field will stay like it is, like harvested until March next year, which will sadly not be part of this challenge. But since this is a field that we used and harvested, I count it as one of the 5 fields with a different crop. And then we will look at the other fields. Let's quickly start our combine harvester. First, let me check that it is correct. Yeah, ready to harvest, canola, 100% fertilized. Everything is correct, so let's go. And then we will make sure that we have this guy ready to collect. And now I need to think. We have a lot of money, so we can now definitely pay back our loan. So we repay this one. We are done with that. And we have 90k left. So now it's quickly check for how much more silage we can produce. And if we have a lot more silage to produce, I will actually speed up time a bit. No, not really. Materials missing. So yeah, it's not this was everything. We basically collected the entire amount of money, which was like 40k, I think. So a lot less than what I expected, honestly, from this amount of straw that we turned into silage. And then, yeah, I think we cannot get a windrower. We might actually do half of the canola harvest and then get a windrower, which would leave us with no money to improve this farmyard, which is actually quite sad. And we still need to like plant the field, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. But for now, what we want to do is actually take this trailer with the other tractor, like with this one. Let's quickly make sure we take it, and then we will park it next to the canola field to actually be ready to collect from the combine harvester to empty it. So I will drive it over there. Okay, so we parked our trailer next to the field so that we can empty our combine harvester, and now we drive this tractor with the mower, I think, up to field number 2, and we will make sure that we actually mow it before we plant something new over there. I think, oh wait, I think we just mow the, yeah, this is 50% fertilized, ready to harvest. This is, wait, did I fertilize the wrong field? Because this one says 50% fertilized, but I'm pretty sure we fertilized it last month, right? Yeah, I'm not sure, but again, I think we will just like cut it, and then we will collect a little bit of grass with the forage wagon. First off the lower field, and then maybe a little bit more on the upper field. Actually, thinking about it, what I want to do is, first of all, advance time until 9 a.m. This will allow us to collect the money from our fabric sales. Actually, there was nothing sold. It has enough wool. Is the process so slow? Really? Wool running. Cycles per month, 144. So it did a few cycles, but seems like it didn't turn the wool into fabric. Again, actually, we will speed up time again, and let's wait until like 12 or like noon or maybe 1 p.m. and see if we can make a bit more money at least. I'm a bit concerned why it's not like making money. This production should actually make money now. see. It's not making money, actually. Huh. I think we will slow down time again. And we will actually sell off some sheep then. Let's take a look. We need the 17-month-old ones. Age 17 months. Select. And sell all of them off. I think we will do that with these ones as well. 17 month. Sell all of them off. Yep. And then last but not least, this one as well. Yep, sell them off. So we have a small buffer of about 2.8k, and we will be able to buy the windrower, which will hopefully make our life a lot easier. So multitask, not sure what this is. Swath curtain, don't think we need that. Spare wheel, we definitely don't need that. So 92k it is. We purchase it and we will collect it with... Oh, actually, we don't have enough tractors then, right? But we will collect it with this one. Maybe... Oh, I ramped into that. Maybe what I will do is I will actually change out the tractor on the trailer. Since the trailer can sit there near the field without a tractor connected to it. And when I need to empty the combine harvester, I can just like take the tractor over there, collect the trailer, and then empty the harvester while doing other things in the meantime. So this should work out. So I can take this one to the shop right now, collect the windrower, and then we will see how it looks actually, how the windrowers are looking. And if it's like easy to do and does not take a lot of time, I will actually do it just to collect a little bit more money. And first of all, obviously you can see then how windrowing works and if AI is doing it as well, which could be interesting to you guys. And then I think we will make a little bit more money to make sure that we can actually finish the challenge, have enough money for the seeding next month and fertilizing, and then this should be good. Okay, I'm back at the farm with the windrower. Before we actually start this process, because I like want to do a time lapse for you guys, because it's actually quite satisfying to watch a windrower at work. I will empty the combine with my tractor, because it's basically almost full. So let's see that we can get in his path. What is he doing? Where is he going? I cannot drive with a trailer. It's too hard. It's actually too hard. I kinda on the other map, Bhutan Pantai, I think it's called. The map that comes with the game actually. I actually used this small small truck basically, which is like which has the trailer connected to the cabin of the truck, and it's like way easier to steer. I like that one a lot, and prefer not to use this these kind of large trailers that are so difficult to steer, in my opinion at least. All right, let's actually disconnect this one, since we might actually need the forage wagon. Actually, no, we don't do that. I will just let the AI do the windrowing, and you can just watch it and enjoy. Right, we are back in game, and I will actually collect my forage wagon now, and we can return this tractor to the trader or to the farmyard. Actually, not sure yet. I think we will just go to the farmyard and park this one. I just saw that um, our common harvester is actually full, so we need to like empty this first, and then we can start collecting the the grass that is now windrowed. This is so much easier. I mean, look at it, how clean this field looks with the windrowing done. And we can confirm it now. It is completely doable by an AI, and it actually looks decent. So there's like a few spots where it like messed up a bit, but honestly not too bad. So we will. Ooh, I almost drove into that combine. We will actually collect the grass of field number 3 now. And then once we are done with this field, we will actually replant it with canola. And this would take a lot of time, so I'm thinking about if we actually skip this part. Yeah. Yeah, I think we do that. In the sense of this being the final episode. I don't want this episode to be very long, and it's already almost 2:30 in the morning over here in Germany. So yeah, kind of wanna get this done. But first of all, let's take a look at how much our harvest is actually bringing us. I mean, there's a little bit more coming in the next load, but I'm too curious on how much the canola is actually giving us. So we will take a look. Quickly unload. Yeah, that's crazy. 24k from not even a full load and a little bit more left on the field. Um, in case this is actually quickly check this. This is like half the size of the other field, right? So this is 3 hectares, and this one is 3.55. Actually, they are not too different in size, and like we got a lot more oats out of this field compared to what we get in canola here. And I kind of can't believe it that they are like so similar in size, honestly. This does not feel like correct. But yeah, we will now drive our windrower through the upper field. Actually windrow that too. Yeah, I was thinking about right now if we should actually start planting this field. And I kinda don't want to do this because there's like nothing to gain really. We will end this challenge in the next month when we plant our fields. And then this field is canola and we already harvested it, so we count that for our challenge, I think. And we leave it like it is because why waste another month or another like half an hour? I think it would take about half an hour to actually complete this field with the small seeder that we have, and I kind of don't want to do that. Oh, I should have drove up to the combine earlier because now we need to manually uh, get out the pipe. Let's see what the entire field is actually worth. So we get another 2.2k liters from this harvest, and this should be easily around another like 4k, right? Around that should be true. Let's take a look. This is like a really good harvest. Dump the canola. Yeah, around 4K, I think, yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, I'm quite happy with that. Again, if this were like a save game that I would play for multiple like in-game years, I would obviously replant this field right now to canola and then fertilize it as well. But since we kind of want to end this challenge in this episode, I don't think we will do that. We will just drive back to the farmyard, collect our 4 dragon, collect this grass, and then we will advance into the next month and finally get our fields going with the correct seed. Oh, this is so much nicer to have it like a windroad and be in large piles where I can like collect a huge amount of grass in like one go. This feels so much better. Honestly, this improves like grassland work so much that I like would consider it not painful, and you might be able to like do this consistently in your games. Again, there might be people who actually enjoy this kind of like manual work, and but definitely not me. And like this is such a huge improvement. I mean, this windrower is not cheap, right? 92K is a lot of money for a windrower that basically does no profit. It just saves a bit of time. So yeah, it's like kind of, if you want to call it that, it's kind of a bad investment in the early game, since it won't make you any money. You rather would have like a 4 dragon or a baler or stuff like that, or even like starting your animal production earlier, stuff like that. So yeah, it is an investment that is mainly for convenience, but this convenience is insanely good. I love it. All right, let me collect the rest of the grass. We will again make silage from it, obviously. We have a decent chunk of money in the bank right now because we sold our canola already. So we should definitely have enough to do everything we need to do next month. So we already won the challenge in that sense, that we achieved the farming empire from basically nothing. So basically just a fishing rod, and we worked our way up towards like our own piece of land, and then like an industrial sawmill that obviously carried a lot of the early game, because there's like, again, this was economy game breaking much money for the wood that we collected. But yeah, it's kind of the way that I enjoy playing. I don't want it too hard and too tedious, because I am not the kind of creator that spends like multiple years on this game and on a challenge in this game. So I kind of needed to be like a bit more contained in the sense of a time frame. So yeah, I enjoyed this challenge a lot. It was interesting. It was like a true zero to hero run, which I kind of love in games. So this is very very nice. Um, yeah, I think I will just like collect the grass now, and then I will bring you guys back once I'm mostly done with that. All right, so we almost collected the entire upper field as well. Obviously the lower field is already empty. And I think these two are the ones that we will be planting in September with wheat and barley. And then we have technically canola over there, grass behind us on the second upper field, and oats on this field, which would complete our having 5 different crops on 5 different fields yeah, requirement for our challenge. We already have the sheep. We produce wool with the sheep. We make the wool into like fabric over there in our spinnery. I can go there. So over there in our spinnery, we make the fabric, and then we convert it into like cloth, and then we sell off the clothes. So we have production fulfilled, we have animals fulfilled, we have our 5 different fields fulfilled. We will have them fulfilled once we advance into the next month. Alright, so this was the entire load of grass. I actually should probably have saved a little bit, but it will be fine. So Now let me quickly check. So this one is harvested. These two are harvested. And this one is harvested. And we can now move towards the next month, which would be September, right? Yeah. For barley planting and wheat planting. So we will do that right now. Actually go over here and sleep. So we are in September. This is now more than a year. Since we, more than a year in game, basically, since we started in August, if I remember correctly, and then this will be a month after August. So more than a year in the game, and we improved from basically nothing, basically just a fishing rod, to an decently sized, like family-owned farm. I think this is what I would call it. And now we can finally plant the last crops. Let me quickly remove the mower from this tractor. And then we can... Yep, we can pick up the seeder. And we can go to the upper field and start planting. Nice. So let's get the seeder. Oh, we don't have too much seed, but it should be fine. It should be enough for the 2 fields, I think. I hope at least. So the upper field first, because it's a lot smaller. And we will use the time where the tractor is, or the AI is planting it, for actually improving our farmyard. Select seed. We want wheat over here. Yes, let's do that. Okay. Let's watch the first few moments of the planting process so that we can confirm it's actually correct. But it should be fine. The AI should have it. Again, I'm not too sure on how much seed we need, but it should be fine. Yep. Alright, it's planting. Perfect. So what I want to do now is actually move all of the machinery remove them from our farmyard, like to our field over here, so that we have a bit more space to work with when we try to improve the farmyard. So we had 90k, so we got a bit of money from selling the silage, but it's actually not too much. Let me quickly check how much grass do we have left. We have no grass left. That's crazy. So we used up the entire amount of grass that we collected last month, and we already made it all into silage and sold it off, and it's only, in quotes, 60k. So that's not a lot, honestly. Yeah, let's quickly get this out of the way. And I will collect the other machinery as well, like the trailer, obviously. And then the fertilizer spreader will be collected as well. Maybe I should have like placed a counterweight somewhere else, so that we can actually take 2 things at once, like the water trailer and the fertilizer spreader in the front then. But yeah, this process is fast enough that we can do it this way. Let's quickly collect these 2 things. Or maybe 3. We will actually remove the cultivator as well, so that we have a bit more space. Yep. Need to like keep an eye on the seeder so that we have the right time to look at it. And oh, why is it not collecting? No. We need to like look at the seeder so that we can start with the second field as well, because this will obviously take much longer because field 3 is much bigger. Oh wait, I forgot to watch our sheep. How many offspring did we get? So this has none. And let's take a look at this barn. How many did we sell off? We sold 9, I think. So 32 minus 9 is 23. So we got 3 new sheep. Is that correct? So this one should be, what's 5 month old? This one is 0 month old. Maybe this one. No, 5 month. This one? Yeah, 0 month. And then this should be one more. No, this is not one of them. About 5 month old. So did we only get 2? Or am I missing something? Wait. I feel like we are missing one. Wait, how can I just check the barn? I should like look at the thingy. So this barn has 0 month old 3. We got 3 0 month old black sheep, and I only see one. This one. This one is 5 month old. 5 month old. So this one, this is 0. And we have one missing. Yeah, not sure where it is. Maybe it's hiding in the floor, like they sometimes do. But yeah, we got the offspring. I think it would have been more offspring if we actually had more of the older sheep, because some of our sheep that we had in the barn are not matured enough yet to actually produce offspring. But it's pretty nice. So this worked out just fine. We can now basically cycle through this. So we will sell off the oldest ones and actually have them have new offspring. And this will hopefully produce enough wool. Obviously, this challenge ends now, but in theory, this would produce enough wool. And then on this part of the sheep production, the wool production, we have enough space that we can actually have multiple waves of offspring and not run out of space. So we would not sell anything. So this would produce even more wool, I think. So yeah. Next time I would do this, I would build a pasture and a barn from the get-go. And I would probably... how would I do that? I would probably populate both of them with like 4 sheep each or something like that. And then take the hit with the low production of wool in the beginning, but have enough space for future offspring so that we don't have to sell off sheep. I mean, you might still want to sell off like very old sheep because I assume they won't be reproducing, but it's still like kind of nice to have enough space to actually have the offspring. So yeah, this is kind of nice. Okay, what were we doing? We were collecting the cultivator and making space at our farmyard to actually improve the look of it. Quickly get that cultivator out of the way. Like this. So the AI worker is still doing his job. I think it's still doing the up and down, so we have a bit more time now. Okay, let's park this one here. Alright, so looking at the farmyard, the first thing I want to improve is actually having a bit nicer home. We don't have a lot of money, so it's not like a huge... Wait, can we remove this? Yes. So we sold off the tent, and now we make most of the farmyard even. Let's actually increase the size a bit. So all of this will be even. And then we will have kind of a larger lifted area over here where I will... Oh, I need to have a smaller brush. Smooth it out a bit, but we will still make kind of a plateaued area for our home, like this. And then we want to like smooth it out towards the street so that we can actually like walk up there without breaking our legs. And the same thing goes for this one. Actually, I'm considering to remove this one. Yes, we will sell it. Since we won't need it any longer and we want to make a nice home for ourselves, so let's actually flatten this entire part like this, and then we will actually smooth it out a bit more around the edges like this. Okay, so farmhouses are... Where are they actually? Wait. Farmhouses. Okay. So, yeah, sadly we can only afford the cheapest one, and this is actually quite a huge investment already. So we will have this like trailer park home, and we will place it onto the hill like this. Wait, I can't. Like this. Yeah. I mean, it's an upgrade from the tent. It's okay. We will smooth out the ground around it a bit more even. Maybe we will bring up the edge towards the yard a bit more. And then smooth this out a bit more like this. Yep. This looks much better. The next thing we need is actually... I think it is over here. Maybe not. Decorations. Or is it under animals? It is. So the dog hut, very important. We will place it over here, I think. So now we have a dog. Very nice. And I think I want to like fence all of this in a bit. And we need some kind of nice looking fence. Oh, this white one. I think we will take this white fence. And I think we will actually fence it in from the wall from our neighbor. Like this. And then... Wait, can we... Switch segment type. Can we make a gate? Yes, like this. This looks good. And then we switch the segment type back to 1 again. I kind of want to make it in a somewhat straight line here in the front. Maybe like this. And then it goes back towards the wall like this. This is a bit at an angle. But yeah, we finish it. But I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. Yes. So this should be a usable gate. Yeah, perfect. And then we have our dog hut over here. Fill the bowl. Now he should be coming over to the bowl, right? Oh, he's bugging through the fence. Now we can pet the dog. I think in real life you should probably not pet the dog while he eats. That's a very beautiful dog. Wonderful. Okay, next thing we want to do is actually improve this this living space a bit, because it is looking horrible. So we want to have like cobblestone, I think, towards the entrance, like this. I think this is looking nice. So we will do this, and then we will actually green out most of the other space. Actually increase the brush size because I want to have green basically everywhere behind the house as well. We will reclaim that piece of the farmyard for beautiful decorations. Let's make it green for our dog as well, and a bit of dirt, maybe like this, in front of his dog hut. And then behind it we will go with grass again. Let's pick up the grass, and I think we would have like smaller grass right next to the dog hut, because the dog is running around and stuff like that. But for the rest of the property, I think we will use the taller grass. Kind of like the look of the taller grass. It looks so good in this game. And I think I want to like even extend the grass towards here. Make all of this like grassy. So, and then over here we take the smaller grass again, maybe even on the edge over here. This way you sometimes drive over with your vehicle. And then I think we will have a bit of a smaller grass patch in the front yard. And I want to look at like a huge tree. You want to have like a really big one. Like this. Is it clipping into our home? Maybe just a little bit. This one is fine. Yep, I like it. A huge tree. I mean, it would be a bit difficult when you first move here to get this trailer around this tree from the street, but I think it should be fine. Should be fine. All right, let's quickly make sure that our seeder is still going, so we don't miss the perfect time to tell him to do the other field. Let's quickly extend the cobblestone like this towards the main road of the farmyard. Yep, kind of like it. All right. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Maybe we need some more brushes or like smaller trees. Yeah, like this. Could be good. Or maybe we just like offer it a lot of space in the yard like this. And then we have like 2 more or 3 more of them behind the house. And then some different kind of like smaller trees in the... all of these are very big. This one is fine, I think. 2 of them in front of the... at the street level, basically. Yeah, these trees like grow a bit into each other, but it's fine, I think. And obviously we are invading David's property with our huge tree, but that's fine. That's why he's always staring at us, I think. All right. Yeah, I'm already pretty happy. Let's look at a little bit of decoration. This is like in another tab. Don't know where. Other. I mean, a small shed. Oh, this is quite big. Not what I'm looking for. This could be interesting. This is an old wooden garden shed. Yeah, this works for us. So we have that at the edge of our property, I think. Like this. Yep. And then anything else? No, we need to decoration. There it is. So what we want to do is definitely we want to have a chair and a bench. I think we will have the chair basically next to the dog hut like this. And then kind of thinking we want this kind of bench because we would lean onto the trailer and sit on the bench like this. It's and what else do we want? Let's do 2 of the trash cans actually. And I think in a property like this, you would actually store them behind the house probably, but I kind of find it more realistic to have them at the edge of the gate where you like have easy access and you can like bring them out easily. And then we have like a water barrel next to the shed like this. Oh, this dumpster could be interesting as well. And then we have like an old oil barrel. And I think we want to have a fountain, but not on the property. Rather have it... not sure. Or maybe no fountain, not sure yet. Yeah, having a boat on the property would be interesting as well. Since we are a fisherman, we maybe came by boat. We have like an old kayak behind the house. I think this could be kind of realistic. We're into fishing, but yeah, having like a huge sailboat is probably not realistic for a guy that had nothing before moving here. And I think we want to have the... How do we do it with that grill? Maybe have it like close to the sitting location. Oh, we definitely need some dirty laundry on the lawn. This is definitely realistic. And we might even move it outside of the fence, right? Or do we just like move it here? Like this? Yeah, this could be good. And then what else do we have? Oh, this looks interesting as well. Sunset Farm. This could actually be the entrance, but not this entrance, rather this one. This could actually make sense, yeah. I kind of like the idea. Yep, that's good. By the way, if you plan to play this game at a decent pace and somewhat in a way that saves your sanity, do not place these things on the path that you take with your tractor and like your huge machinery, because you will ram into them and then you will get mad. So I would highly advise you not do that if you plan on playing at a more serious level. Yeah, what else can we do? I mean, we could take like a greenhouse, or we do just a few pot plants. I think this could be fine. Let's do them onto the thingy. It's a bit hard to see over here, but I think we can do it like this. Yep. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks much better, much more realistic, much more like it's actually a space that someone lives in. I mean, the grass is a bit empty in the sense that there would be like more brushes or maybe different trees or something like that. But I don't think it's too unrealistic, assuming you would like terraform this place to work for your home. You leave in the trees, and then maybe this tree was a freshly planted one. So this could be actually quite realistic in the sense on how this looks. Maybe it's a bit steep and there's no space to park our vehicle. But then again, it's a farmyard, so there's always space. Yeah, let's look if there's like something else that might be interesting. Ooh, a stack of wood is actually pretty good. I like that. And I think we would actually like improve the front of our property by a lot if we place it like over here. I think this looks actually quite good. Since you would collect all of the wood for the winter, and then you would like reverse back into like this gate, and then you would unload it next to the fence, because yeah, you don't want to have it in the way when you're like entering your property and stuff like that. I think this could be quite good. Probably there would be kind of like a roof or some kind of shed above the wood, because obviously you don't want to get your wood you don't want to get it wet. But I don't think there's like a small enough shed that is actually working for this kind of property, so we are not doing that. So for the rest of the farmyard, I think it's not unrealistic to have a little bit of a free space to actually maneuver with your vehicles. But then again, we might have a shed actually on this part. Is the dog actually coming and collecting the ball? Not really. Actually, take that ball and bring it back to the dog hut, because Don't want to have it in the way. Alright, so how can we improve this farmyard? I think we need a shed for all of our machinery. And I think I want to place it here where I'm standing. Now the important decision is always what kind of shed do you want to make. This could be interesting, but it is actually kind of large. Or is it? This could actually be quite realistic. We could actually fit two. Actually could fit two. But then we would remove the space where we would drive around with your vehicles. So in the sense of a game where you want to leave a bit of space to make it easier for you to drive, you wouldn't do that. But obviously it looks better. Or we don't have enough money to do that. We need like 3K. So yeah, this is basically then almost the end of our challenge. I will start the seeding on the next field with barley. So this one is wheat right now. And we have our grass field next to us. And then the lower grass field that we harvested like multiple times now, that will actually be the barley field. So we will plant this right now. And yeah, I think we cannot afford to buy a shed, but we just pretended it would be here. So we would park our vehicles like we would in a shed over here. Actually do that. Collect everything we have and place it neatly onto our farmyard. And then we are done. Maybe you would have like kind of two sheds like next to each other on the road, because you have like one side where you would store your tractors, like so, and then on the other side you would have the machinery, is it appliances? I'm not even sure what it's called correctly in English, but I think it is appliances, or what's another word for the stuff that you use on tractors? Yeah, I think it is correct. Let's quickly do that and store our stuff. Oof, this is like very hilly here. So the controlling of this vehicle is a bit difficult. Actually, thinking about it now, we would store our forage wagon, probably usually with grass in it, closer to our sheep barn. And I think the spot where I parked it in a previous episode, like over here, is actually quite fitting. So we will do that. Oof. Yeah, I'm still not used to driving trailers. It's a bit difficult. So like this. And then we collect the last two things and park them over here. And I think I will. Oof, we buried a bit of our building. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, or I was saying in the previous episode, if I would ever like build a real like nice looking farmyard in this game, or start like a safe game that I plan to play for a long time, the first thing I would do is, after buying a property, like flatten the entire thing. Make it all flat, because in games like this, it's always so difficult to build on hilly terrain and make it look good. It's actually, yeah, a bit annoying, to be honest. But yeah, it's definitely solvable by making sure that everything you build on is actually flat previous to building your first few buildings. Alright, we will drop the fertilizer spreader in this spot, I think. Like over here. And then we will park our tractor neatly next to the other one. Alright. So now that we did that, we have some nice like tire marks on the property, which would allow us to improve actually how it looks. So what we want to do is we take, I think we take cobblestone. Yeah. So we take cobblestone and we draw with it a bit where the tire marks are, like this. And this would obviously, maybe this entire area is then, or this entire area is actually probably asphalt. So we will do it like this. And then if there's asphalt like this and it's old, it would get patchy, and then we would get like concrete patches in there, like so. Maybe it was fixed in some spots. And then there is gravel as well. So in some spots we have like the concrete is like already broken up a bit, and then it the gravel like leaks even into some of the other areas of this the street. So this looks kind of good, I think. And then we would have nature reclaiming a few spots, and this would be mainly in between the tire marks. So this is not the perfect spot. Let's actually look at the tire marks. So this part is where we probably would have nature reclaiming, and then this part as well over here. And we would probably drive up to the silo like this. So maybe this part as well, like so. And then we would drive from the silo away like this. So we have green over here. And then this could also be a bit more like asphalt and cobblestone, like this. Then with some green patches in between. I think this looks quite good already. And then we will actually improve this by spending more grass. Grass is the key to making this game looking good, in my opinion. This improves the look of your farmyard so much. You just need to make sure that in some of the parts where it's like closer to where vehicle actually drive, that it's actually like the short grass, in my opinion. This makes it much more realistic from the look, like this. And then all of this is short grass as well. And then maybe we have a bit more tall grass closer to this tree. Actually like so. And then obviously, yeah, next to the road, or on the road specifically like this, it should be like the small grass. So yeah, this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Now we can actually like add some smaller patches of grass in the cobblestone where we would have like nature reclaiming it a little bit, like so. This is not correct because this is asphalt, so there's no way for grass to live there. And then we could have even one more small tree like here. Maybe we actually take some brushes instead, like so. This brush texture is like very difficult to use, in my opinion, because it's like painting over the grass, and then sometimes you get like bald spots, which is like not too nice. Yeah, but especially in areas like this, I think they add quite a lot, so I like to use them. And I think we can fit like 2 more over here. maybe more. And I think we need to like refill this part with the grass. Yep, pretty nice, pretty nice. Take a look at it in first person. Yeah, I think the terrain is obviously fucked up. This is I don't want to take the time to fix this because this would mean I would need to remove some of the trees and yeah, basically flatten the entire property properly and then rebuild it entirely. Kind of don't want to do it. So yeah, we have some things here hanging in the air because I removed the terrain below it. And then this hut is obviously yeah, a bit buried. But I think it adds a lot to the look, and I think it looks a lot more realistic in the way it is right now. So yeah, kind of enjoy the process that we took with this plot of land, and especially where we live now, it's much better than obviously the 2 tents that we had before. So I kind of like it. All right, so I think this will wrap up the challenge that we set out to do. So we started with a fishing rod, and we got this plot of land first. We started with an industrial sawmill and a chainsaw, and yeah, basically reclaimed this land from nature before having nature reclaim it from us again in the end of the episode. So we are going full circle. And yeah, then this I think was our first field with like grass, or was it the second field because we bought the smaller one on behind it first? Not sure. But anyway, this was our first grass field, and then we bought the field next to it with the first crop. We harvested it, and then we expanded our farm towards the north, where we have yeah, like two more. Or we had a huge grass field actually, but we split it in two. So let's quickly jump there to show that off. So we split these fields in two with our self-made farm road. I think it looks pretty good. I really like it. Yeah. So this one is actually the last remaining grassland that we would use if we would continue the save game to feed our sheep. And then this is going to be wheat that we just planted. And below on the lower field, we would plant barley. And last but not least, we have field 24 that we bought in between, and we actually planted oats here, and we already harvested it, so this would make up our 5 crops. Then back to the farmyard. We improved the farmyard by having like the silage silo, which is like a very good addition. It's very easy to use, and it I think, in my opinion, reduces a lot of the tedious stuff from making silage. And then in addition to that, we made a sheep barn and a sheep pasture in the back. And they already produce wool, they already have offspring, and they are very healthy and have enough food. So our animal things are checkboxed, or we have a kind of check mark to that as well. And then we have our production finally that are currently a bit low in the ground, but yeah, kind of CBA to fix it now. So we have the final checkmark basically completed with productions. We bought 3 tractors. I think 2 of them were on sale. We bought the combine harvester. I'm not sure if it was on sale. Can't actually remember. I mean, how many hours does it have? It has 1.8 hours. I think this is all us, right? Should be. Then we bought... What did we buy next? We bought this trailer. We bought this fertilizer spreader. We bought the cultivator later on. And obviously, in between, we actually bought this plow, one of my favorite tools in Farming Simulator, because it's very easy to use, very fast, and very cheap as well. And it looks good, especially in like the Deutz Fahr like green. This looks very nice. I love it in green, but for the purpose of this YouTube challenge, I would obviously make it in my own color, which is like this bluish kind of tone. And then we have a pressure washer. Our mower, which is laying upside down. So let's fix that. And we have the windrower, which massively improved the feeling to collect grass. I had no issue collecting the last 2 fields, while even collecting one of them previously when they were not windrowed was like very tedious. So this was like a huge improvement. And then obviously a water tank for watering our sheep pasture. And then we had an animal trailer leased to actually transport the sheep, because there's like no option to like move them across the yard 20 meters into the pasture. This would, I think, be a good addition, at least that you can like use the menu to move them from barn to pasture on your own property like this. This would be good. And then this is our first forage wagon. So we use that to collect the first grass. I think, wait, on the first grass that we collected, we actually used our baling solution, right? So we had a baler, or was it a combination of a baler plus bale wrapper? No, we tried this weird kind of like bale wrapper that you like need to place on the ground, and then you need to like basically super strength throw bales into it to make them wrapped. Yeah, I remember. We sold all of that off. We got a forage wagon for a second, I think, harvest of our grass field, and this was a much better solution. And then last but not least, we have, this is our first tractor, I think. Yeah, it should be. And this is our first seeder. So this is our seeder, and it's actually a direct seeder, so there's no previous cultivation needed, which is like very nice, because you can obviously save a bit of money like that. And yeah, I think that's it with the challenge. We have a lot of value. I'm not sure if you can see it here. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't show the entire like vehicle or vehicles. We can see it like this. Yeah, I think this one was bought in the shop in on sale, so that's why we could even afford this one. Was like very cheap in the shop. Otherwise, we would never be able to afford this early in the challenge. But I think it's pretty good. Um, yeah, pretty decent point in the game for the short amount of time that we actually spent. I mean, we did a lot of contracts, obviously. We we accelerated the progress in the middle part a bit by using the sawmill, and obviously using the silage silo is much easier than actually waiting for the bales to be silaged, like this one in the corner over there, which is like kind of the mascot, the token that we always kept throughout this entire challenge, because we CBA to drive it off and sell it. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with this challenge. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I hope I was able to give you some ideas on how you can play your own farming simulator games, and showing off some of the mods that I would use in a like private normal playthrough that I do myself without like recording it. Um, Again, a few things that I want to mention. This was meant to be a 0 to hero challenge, and I did. I did start from zero. I'm not sure if we can call the current status as hero, but I think we have our own huge farmyard. We have a lot of machinery. We have multiple fields. So we set out to complete a bunch of challenges to define what a hero is. Obviously, you can have a much bigger farming empire, much bigger tractors, much bigger combine harvesters and stuff like that. But yeah, this is kind of not for me, because to be honest, the more you of the repetition you get, and the more you like go through the years and do the same things, the more boring this game gets for me. Um, yeah, so I think I'm pretty happy with what we achieved and in the time frame we achieved it in. And I have to say, this map is fucking stunning. It looks amazing, especially in the beginning where we started out fishing and we looked at the areas. And obviously, I spent a lot of time fishing, multiple hours. So I had a lot of time like looking around and stuff like that. It was actually quite an enjoyable adventure on this map, and I would highly suggest if you enjoy Scotland Highlands and you enjoy fishing, you should definitely get this map. Maybe in the future, depending on when I can play it with a bunch of friends again, maybe I would maybe play this map again and then try out onions, try out the fishing mechanic in the sea and stuff like that. But overall, I really enjoyed the visuals on this map, and it's very much a pleasure to play on it. The only downside is these hedges. I still haven't found a solution on how to like demolish them. It's actually crazy to me that there's like nothing you can do about them. At least not that is obvious to me. But yeah, overall, very happy to say we are done with Farming Simulator. We are done with the challenge. Leave in the comments down below if you enjoyed it, and if so, why you enjoyed it. If you want to see more Farming Simulator content in the future. Not in the near future. I'm definitely taking a break from the game right now. But yeah, if you want to see me play this again in the future, then definitely comment down below. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, obviously leave a like and subscribe. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.